now, where the Education Cabinet Secretary, Professor George Magoha, is still ongoing inspection around various schools, not just here in Nairobi, but across the country. This is in relation to the reopening of schools on the 4th of January, where the government is expecting 100% enrollment in the schools. Well, let's just listen in to what the Education Cabinet Secretary had to say in regards to the preparations.
We have physically inspected. My officers have been here several times. I have come here today. This makes the third time. But I want to say that there has been a good effort to restructure and rebuild the school. The same standards that we are going to use for the public schools as far as social distancing is concerned are the same standards that we are going to apply here. But there will be 2 children sitting per desk instead of the normal 3. And we shall restrict the number of desks. In any classroom, we have a maximum of 20 children. There's a major problem with the air circulation in the classrooms, and we have instructed the proprietor, and you're also a teacher, I'm aware okay, we have instructed the proprietor that he can put windows across the other side so that air is able to circulate, because this area is very tight. When that is done, I think he can do that by Monday. We have also looked at the toilet system. He has a great number of toilets. Unfortunately for him, I work with issues in the toilet, so I can smell urine from very far. So the formally designated boys' toilets are exceptionally good. They are draining into the sewer. The girls' toilets are long drop and are not acceptable. They are smelling. Girls should have better toilets, so the girls should.
Well, Education CS right there, just speaking a little bit earlier, but we just want to link up with our reporter, Shadrach Miti, who is still at the same venue. That's Precious Talent's top school in Dagoretti, just doing a follow-up on the CES's inspection. Shadrach, a very good afternoon to you. I mean, it's barely over 24 hours till the opening on the 4th of January. It will be a challenge in terms of achieving various restrictions due to the COVID. That in mind, the social distancing and likes. What has the CS spoken to this, and what should we expect going forward?
Well, Jesse, indeed it's true. And maybe to begin with the last question of what the CS has spoken about social distancing. A while ago when we were at Kibera Secondary School, when the CS was inspecting the delivery of desks to that school, he made it very clear that beginning Monday, just as he had been saying all through, that it will not be possible to meet the social distancing criteria, which has always been appeared to look so difficult with the government. The CS now has been very official and said that beginning Monday, learners will be expected to sit in their normal sitting arrangement, but every child must ensure that they are masked, because remember, according to medical experts, children are not so much at the danger of contracting coronavirus, but they are always super spreaders of the same. And so according to the CS, for as long as every child has been masked, they can sit closer, just as it has always been, to ensure that that burden and pressure of congestion and just the headache of trying to navigate around and move through the challenge of social distancing is worked well. And so we are expecting that on Monday, the fears that have always been there, that it will be a challenge to meet the social distancing criteria. It appears now the government has caved in, and it has indicated through the CS for Education that schools will not require to sit the learners at the required 1 meter apart sitting arrangement. But what they'll do, every child will have to wear a mask, but that 1 meter apart rule will not be met. And just to finish up my link on this school that we are in, remember this school was closed in September last year, that is September 2019, sorry, when about 5 learners lost their lives when a 2-story classroom collapsed. And for over a year now, the school has remained closed. And so today's incident where the CS declared that the school is free to resume operations beginning Monday is of course refreshing and extremely appeasing to parents and the proprietors of the school. However, the government through the CS for Education has capped the capacity of learners who will be allowed into this school at a maximum of 600 pupils. Remember, at the time of its closure, the school had around 900 of learners. And so we're expecting that if that population still remains constant, we are looking at an extra 300 learners who will not be able to report to this school. And so as per the directive of the government, then those learners will have to look for services elsewhere in public schools. But the challenge will be that this school is one of the few schools in this area that seems to be serving this. So those are some of the new emerging issues we are following up, and we shall ensure that we keep our viewers updated on everything regarding education in our subsequent bulletin. Back to you, Jesse.
All right, many thanks, Shadrach Miti. Just taking a look at the state of preparation, even as we anticipate the reopening of schools on the 4th of January. As he's highlighted, the government has highlighted that it will be a challenge in terms of achieving social distancing, but they definitely implore on parents to ensure the children have their masks while in school. Well, let's take a short break right there. We'll definitely update you more even as we take a look at the state of preparation as the children resume learning. We'll be back with more information for you. Do stay with Weekend at 1.